Welcome back to Footnotes Folly, and to Love's Labours Lost. I am Pemberton. This is part 3, and the wooing turns into a battle of wits the men are doomed to lose. While the pompous schoolmaster Holofernes and his friends cobble together a pageant of the 9 Worthies to amuse the princess, the king and his lords hatch a grander folly, and they will visit the ladies disguised as Muscovites, fair-hatted Russians, and woo them behind masks of their own. But the sharp-eyed Boyet overhears the whole plan, and the ladies are ready. They mask their faces, swap the tokens each man gave, and wait. So when the gallants arrive and pour out their rehearsed devotion, every man courts the wrong woman, and is answered with nothing but cool, cutting mockery. Let us watch the great men make fools of themselves. Let us go on.
Holofernes, Sir Nathaniel, and dull enter. Enough is as good as plenty. I praise God for you, sir. Your arguments at dinner were sharp and full of maxims, pleasant without being coarse, witty without affectation, bold without insolence, learned without arrogance, and unusual without heresy. Earlier today I spoke with one of the king's companions, who is entitled, named, or called Don Adriano de Armado. I know the man as well as I know you. His temper is lofty, his speech decisive, his tongue polished, his eye ambitious, his walk majestic, and his whole behavior vain, ridiculous, and boastful. He is too trimmed, too neat, too affected, too strange, too foreign, looking, if I may call it so. A most singular and choice description. Sir Nathaniel takes out his notebook. He spins the thread of his wordiness finer than the fibre of his argument. I hate such fantastic fancies, such unsociable and over-exact fellows, such torturers of spelling. Men who say doubt without the B, when they should say doubt, who say debt when they should pronounce debt, D-E-B-T, not D-E-T. He calls a calf cough, half-hoff, neighbor is pronounced nibber, and nay is shortened to knee. This is abominable, though he would call it abominable. It suggests madness to me. Do you understand, sir? It makes one frantic, lunatic. Praise God, good sir, I understand. Good? You say good instead of well? Priscian's grammar is a little scratched, but it will serve. Armado, Moth, and co-start enter. Do you see who comes? I see, and I rejoice. Boy. Why boy, not sirrah? Men of peace, well met. Most military sir, greetings. They have been at a great feast of languages and stolen the scraps. Oh, they have lived a long time on the charity, basket of words. I wonder your master has not eaten you for a word, because you are not so long by the head as honorificabilitudinitatibus. You would be easier to swallow than a flaming raisin. Quiet. The ringing begins. Monsieur, are you not a man of letters? Yes, yes, he teaches boys from the hornbook. What does A-B spell backward with a horn on his head? Bah, boyhood with a horn added. Bah, a most silly sheep with a horn. You hear his learning. Who are you, you consonant? Third of the 5 vowels if you recite them, or the 5th if I recite them. I will recite them. A-E-I. The sheep. The other 2 finish it, O-U. Now, by the salt wave of the Mediterranean, that was a sweet touch, quick thrust of wit. Snip, snap, quick and straight home. It delights my understanding. True wit. Offered by a child to an old man, which makes it wit-told. What is the figure? What is the figure? Horns. You argue like an infant. Go whip your top. Lend me your horn to make one, and I will spin your disgrace about quickly. A cuckold's horn makes a fine top. If I had only 1 penny in the world, you should have it to buy gingerbread. Here, take the very reward I had from your master, you halfpenny purse of wit, you pigeon egg of judgment. Oh, if heaven had been so pleased that you were my bastard, what a joyful father you would make me. Come now, you have it at your fingers' ends, as they say. Oh, I smell false Latin. He says Dunhill for Ungum. Man of arts, walk ahead. We will separate ourselves from the barbarous. Do you not educate youth at the schoolhouse on the top of the mountain? Or Mons the hill? At your sweet pleasure, the mountain. I do, without question. Sir, it is the king's sweetest pleasure, and desire to congratulate the princess at her pavilion in the later part of this day, which the rude crowd calls the afternoon. The later part of the day, most generous sir, is suitable, fitting, and equivalent to the afternoon. The word is well picked, chosen, sweet, and apt, I assure you, sir, I assure you. Sir, the king is a noble gentleman, and my familiar friend, I assure you, a very good friend. As for what private affection lies between us, let it pass. I beseech you, remember your courtesy, I beseech you, cover your head. And among other pressing and most serious designs, and of great importance too, but let that pass. For I must tell you, it sometimes pleases his grace, by the world, to lean upon my poor shoulder, and with his royal finger, thus play with my growth, with my moustache. But, sweetheart, let that pass. By the world, I tell no fable. Certain special honors his greatness is pleased to bestow on Armado, a soldier, a traveller, a man who has seen the world. But let that pass. The whole point of all but, sweetheart, I beg secrecy, is that the king would have me present the princess, sweet chick, with some delightful display, or show, or pageant, or antic, or firework. Now, understanding that the curate and your sweet self are good at such eruptions and sudden outbreaks of mirth, as one might say, I have acquainted you with it in order to ask your assistance. Sir, you shall present before her the 9 worthies. Sir Nathaniel, concerning some entertainment to pass the time, some show in the later part of this day, to be performed with our assistance by the king's command, and by this most gallant, illustrious, and learned gentleman before the princess, I say none is so fit as a presentation of the 9 worthies. Where will you find men worthy enough to present them? Joshua, yourself, myself, and this gallant gentleman shall be Judas Maccabeus. This country fellow, because of his great limb or joint, shall serve as Pompey the Great. Hade shall be Hercules. Pardon me, sir, that is an error. He is not size enough for that worthy's thumb. He is not as big as the end of his club. Will you hear me? He shall present Hercules as a child. His entrance and exit shall be the strangling of a snake, and I will prepare an explanation for that purpose. An excellent device. Then if any in the audience hiss, you may cry, well done, Hercules, now you are crushing the snake. That is the way to turn an offense into a grace, though few people have the grace to do it. And for the rest of the worthies? I will play 3 myself. A thrice worthy gentleman. Shall I tell you something? We are listening. If this does not succeed, we will have an antic dance. I beseech you, follow. Come along, Goodman Dull. You have spoken no word all this while, nor understood any either, sir. Come on. We will put you to use. I will take part in a dance or something, or I will play the tabor for the worthies and let them dance the hay. Most dull, honest dull. To our sport. Away. They all exit. The princess enters before her pavilion with Rosaline, Catherine, and Maria. Sweethearts, we shall be rich before we leave if gifts keep pouring in this freely. A lady fenced round with diamonds. Look what I have received from the loving king. Madam, did nothing else come with that? Nothing but this? Yes, as much love and rhyme as could be crammed onto a sheet of paper, written on both sides, margins and all, until he had to seal it in Cupid's name. That was the way to make his godhead grow bigger, for he has been a boy these 5,000 years. Yes, and a sharp, wicked little gallows bird too. You will never be friends with him. He killed your sister. He made her melancholy, sad, and heavy, and so she died. If she had been light, like you, with such a merry, quick, lively spirit, she might have been a grandmother before she died. And so may you, for a light heart lives long. What is your dark meaning, mouse, in that light word? A light nature and a dark beauty. We need more light to find your meaning out. You will spoil the light by taking offense at it, so I will end the argument darkly. Look what you do. You always do it in the dark. Not you. You are a light girl. Indeed, I give you no weight, and therefore I am light. You give me no weight? Oh, that means you care nothing for me. With good reason, for what is past curing is past caring for. Well played on both sides, a fine rally of wit. But Rosaline, you have a favor too. Who sent it, and what is it? I wish you knew. If only my face were as fair as yours, my favor would be as great. This proves it. No, I have verses too, thanks to Biron. The numbers are true, and if the numbering were true as well, I would be the fairest goddess on the ground. He compares me to 20,000 beauties. Oh, he has drawn my portrait in his letter. Does it look anything like you? Much like me in the letters, nothing like me in the praise. Beautiful as ink, a fine conclusion. Fair as a black letter B in a copybook. Beware your pencils now. Do not let me die owing you an answer, my red Sunday letter, my golden capital. Oh, if only your face were not so full of O's. A plague on that joke, and a curse on all sharp-tongued girls. But, Catherine, what did fair Dumaine send you? Madam, this glove. Did he not send you too? Yes, madam, and besides that, some 1,000 verses from a faithful lover. A vast translation of hypocrisy, badly put together, deep in its simplicity. This, and these pearls, Longueville said to me. The letter is too long by half a mile. I can well believe it. Do you not wish in your heart the chain were longer and the letter short? Yes, or may these hands never part from each other. We are wise girls, to mock our lovers so. They are worse fools to pay for being mocked so. That same Biron I will torment before I go. Oh, if I only knew he were hired by the week. How I would make him fawn and beg and seek and wait for the right season and watch the right times and spend his wasteful wit on useless rhymes and shape all his service to my commands and make him proud to make me proud of his jokes. I would rule his state so pertly and so completely that he would be my fool, and I his fate. No one is so surely caught once caught as wit turned fool. Folly hatched inside wisdom, has wisdom's warrant and schooling's help, and wit's own grace to adorn a learned fool. The blood of youth does not burn with such excess as solemn gravity does when it rebels into wantonness. Folly in fools does not sound so strongly as foolishness in the wise when wit falls lovesick, since it uses all its power to prove, by wit, that simplicity has worth. Boyet enters. Here comes Boyet, and merriment is in his face. Oh, I am stabbed through with laughter. Where is her grace? Your news, Boyet? Prepare, madam, prepare. Arm yourselves, ladies, arm. Encounters are mounted against your peace. Love approaches in disguise, armed with arguments. You will be surprised. Muster your wits, stand in your own defense, or hide your heads like cowards and run away. St. Denis against St. Cupid. Who are they that aim their breath at us? Speak, scouts, speak. Under the cool shade of a sycamore, I meant to close my eyes for half an hour, when, look, coming toward that shade and interrupting my intended rest, I saw the king and his companions. Carefully I slipped into a nearby thicket and overheard what you shall hear now. Very soon, in disguise, they will be here. Their herald is a pretty, mischievous page, who has learned his message perfectly by heart. There they taught him action and accent. This is how you must speak, and this is how you must carry your body. Now and then they worried that majestic presence would throw him off. For, said the king, you shall see an angel, yet do not be afraid, but speak boldly. The boy replied, an angel is not evil. I would have feared her if she had been a devil. At that they all laughed and clapped him on the shoulder, making the bold little rogue bolder with their praise. One rubbed his elbow like this, grinned, and swore a better speech had never been spoken before. Another with his finger and thumb cried, go on, we will do it, come what may. Third capered and cried, all goes well. The fourth spun on his toe and fell down. Then they all tumbled on the ground with such zealous and profound laughter that, in that ridiculous burst, solemn tears of passion would have seemed to come only to rebuke their folly. But what? Are they coming to visit us? They are, and they are dressed, as I guess, like Muscovites or Russians. Their purpose is to parley, court, and dance, and every one will press his feet of love upon his own mistress, whom they will know by the several favors they gave. Will they so? Then these gallants shall be put to a task. Ladies, we will each be masked, and not one of them shall have the privilege, whatever he begs, of seeing a lady's face. Here, Rosaline, you shall wear this favor, and then the king will court you as his dear. Here, take this, my sweet, and give me yours, then Baron will take me for Rosaline. You two change favors as well, then your lovers will woo the wrong women, deceived by these exchanges. Come on then, wear the favors where they can be seen most plainly. But in this changing, what is your intent? The effect of my intent is to cross theirs. They do it only in mocking merriment, and mock for mock is my whole intent. Each of them shall open his private counsel to a mistaken love, and so be mocked in return when next we meet, with faces uncovered, to talk and greet them. But shall we dance if they ask us to? No, to the death we will not move a foot, and we will give no grace to their written speech, but while it is being spoken, each of us will turn away her face. Why, that contempt will kill the speaker's heart and completely divorce his memory from his part. That is why I do it. I do not doubt the rest will never come in if he is put out. There is no sport like sport overthrown by sport, to make theirs ours, and ours belong to no one but ourselves. So we shall stay mocking their intended game, and they, well mocked, will go away in shame. A trumpet sounds within. The trumpet sounds. Be masked, the maskers come. The ladies put on masks. Blackamoors enter with music, followed by Moth with a speech, and the king, Biron, Longueville, and Dumaine in disguise. All hail the richest beauties on the earth. Beauties no richer than rich taffeta. A holy company of the fairest ladies. The ladies turn their backs to him. That ever turned their backs to mortal views. Their eyes, villain, their eyes. That ever turned their eyes to mortal views. Out. True, out indeed. Out of your favors, heavenly spirits, grant that we may not behold. Once to behold rogue. Once to behold with your son, beamed eyes with your son, beamed eyes. They will not answer to that phrase. You had better call them daughter beamed eyes. They are not paying attention to me, and that puts me out. Is this your perfection? Begone, you rogue. Moth exits. What do these strangers want? Find out their purpose, Boyet. If they speak our language, we choose that some plain, spoken man should explain their business. Learn what they want. What do you want with the princess? Nothing but peace and a courteous visit. What do they want? What do they say? Nothing but peace and a courteous visit. Then they already have that. Tell them they may go. She says you have it, and you may be gone. Tell her we have measured many miles to tread a measure, a dance, with her on this grass. They say they have measured many a mile to dance a measure with you on this grass. That is not true. Ask them how many inches make 1 mile. If they have measured many miles, the measure of one should be easy to tell. If you measured miles to come here, and many miles, the princess asks you to say how many inches fill 1 mile. Tell her we measure them by weary steps. She hears you herself. Then how many weary steps, out of all the weary miles you have crossed, are counted in the travel of 1 mile? We count nothing that we spend for you. Our service is so rich, so endless, that we may go on giving it without keeping account. Please show us the sunshine of your face, so that we, like wild men, may worship it. My face is only a moon, and clouded too. Blessed are clouds that can do what such clouds do. Bright moon, and you stars beside her, please shine, with those clouds removed, upon our watery eyes. O empty beggar! Ask for something greater. You are only begging now for moonshine in the water. Then in our measure, grant us only one change. You bid me beg, this begging is no strange thing. Play music then. No, you must do it quickly. Music plays. Not yet. No dance? Then I change like the moon. Will you not dance? Why have you become so distant? You took the moon when she was full, but now she is changed. Yet she is still the moon, and I am still the man. The music plays, please give it some motion. Our ears grant it motion enough. But your legs should do it. Since you are strangers and have come here by chance, we will not be coy. Take hands. We will not dance. Why do we take hands then? Only to part as friends. Curtsy, sweethearts, and so the measure ends. More measure of this measure. Do not be so coy. We can afford no more at such a price. Do you set a price on yourselves? What buys your company? Only your absence. That can never be. Then we cannot be bought. And so farewell, twice to your visor, and half once to you. If you deny us the dance, let us talk more. Then in private. That pleases me best. King and Rosaline draw aside and speak apart. White-handed mistress, one sweet word with you. Honey, milk, and sugar, there are 3. Then 2 3s if you grow so exact, mead, wort, and malmsey. Well-run dice. There is half a dozen sweets. 7th sweet, farewell. Since you can cheat at play, I will play no more with you. 1 word in secret. Let it not be sweet. You trouble my gall. Gall? Bitter. Therefore meet. Biron and Princess draw aside and speak apart. Will you kindly exchange a word with me? Name it. Fair lady. Is that what you say? Fair lord. Take that for your fair lady. If it please you as much in private, and I will say farewell. Dumaine and Maria draw aside and speak apart. What, was your visor made without a tongue? I know the reason, lady, why you ask. Oh, give me your reason. Quickly, sir, I long for it. You have a double tongue inside your mask, and would give my speechless visor half of it. Veal, said the Dutchman. Is not veal a calf? A calf, fair lady? No, a fair lord calf. Let us divide the word. No, I will not be your half. Take it all and wean it. It may turn into an ox. See how you butt yourself into these sharp jokes. Will you give horns, chaste lady? Do not. Then die a calf before your horns grow. 1 word in private with you before I die. Bleat softly then, the butcher hears you cry. Longueville and Catherine draw aside and speak apart. The tongues of mocking women are as keen as the invisible edge of a razor, cutting a hair finer than the eye can see. Their talk seems more sharply sensible than sense itself. Their ideas have wings faster than arrows, bullets, wind, thought, or anything swifter. Not 1 word more, my maids. Break off, break off. By heaven, we are beaten dry with pure mockery. Farewell, madwomen. You have plain, simple wits. King, the lords, and the blackamoors leave. 20 farewells, my frozen Muscovites. Are these the breed of wits everyone wonders at? They are candles, blown out by your sweet breaths. Well-fed wits they have, gross, gross, fat, fat. O poverty of wit, a kingly poor jest. Do you think they will hang themselves tonight, or from now on show their faces only in visors? This pert baron was quite put out of countenance. They were all in pitiful condition. The king was ready to weep for 1 kind word. Biron swore himself out of every chance. Dumaine was at my service, and his sword too. No point, said I. My servant went silent at once. Lord Longueville said I came over his heart. And do you know what he called me? A qualm, perhaps. Yes, truly. Go away, sickness that you are. Well, better wits have worn plain law caps. But will you listen? The king has sworn he loves me. And quick Biron has pledged faith to me. And Longueville was born for my service. Dumaine is mine as surely as bark is on a tree. Madam and pretty mistresses, listen. They will be here again at once in their own shapes. They can never swallow this harsh disgrace. Will they return? They will, God knows, and they will leap for joy, though they are lame from blows. So change favors, and when they come back, bloom like sweet roses in this summer air. How bloom? How bloom? Speak so you can be understood. They are ladies masked or roses in the bud. Unmasked, showing their damask sweet mixture, they are angels lifting clouds, or roses fully blown. Away with riddles. What shall we do if they return in their own shapes to woo us? Good madam, if you will take my advice, let us mock them still, known as well as disguised. Let us complain to them about the fools who were here, dressed like Muscovites in misshapen clothes, and wonder who they were, and why their shallow display, their badly written prologue, and their ridiculous rough behavior should have been presented to us at our tent. Ladies, withdraw. The gallants are at hand. Quick to our tents, like deer running over the land. Princess Rosaline, Catherine, and Maria leave. The king, Biron, Longueville, and Dumaine enter as themselves. Fair sir, God save you. Where is the princess? Gone to her tent. Would it please your majesty to command me any service to her there? Ask her to grant me audience for 1 word. I will, and I know she will grant it, my lord. Boyet leaves. This fellow pecks up wit as birds peck peas, and spills it out again when God pleases. He is wit's peddler, retailing his wares at wakes and wassails, meetings, markets, fairs, and we who sell wit wholesale, God knows, lack the grace to dress it with such show. This gallant wears the women pinned upon his sleeve. Had he been Adam, he would have tempted Eve. He can carve, too, and lisp. Why, this is the man who has kissed his hand away in courtesies. He is the ape of manners, Monsieur Fine, Point, who, when he plays at tables, scolds the dice in honourable terms. Yes, he can sing a middle part most meanly, and as an usher, let anyone better him if he can. The ladies call him sweet. The stairs kiss his feet as he treads on them. This is the flower that smiles on everyone, showing teeth as white as whalebone, and consciences that will not die in debt pay him what is owed to honey, tongued Boyet. I blister on his sweet tongue, with all my heart, for putting Armado's page out of his part. Princess Rosaline, Maria, and Catherine enter with Boyet. Look where it comes. Good manners, what were you before this man displayed you, and what are you now? All hail, sweet madam, and fair time of day.
And there we pause, with the lords routed in their own ambush. Disguised as Russians, they wooed the wrong ladies through the wrong favours, were met with scorn, and have slunk off, never guessing that the women knew them all along. But the ladies are not finished. They mean to receive the gallants again in their own shapes, and tease them with the very tale of those ridiculous Muscovites, to see them squirm twice over. Next time, in part 4, the last of the lords are masked and mortified, a pageant of Worthies heckled into chaos, and then without warning a messenger in black, and a turn that no comedy ever quite prepared us for. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.